know you're not the only one. But you're the only one I'm with right now. And yeah, I know I'm not the only one. But I'm the only one that's about to put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down, down, put it down, put it down. That's about to put it down, put it down.
Real life street stars, man. We in here with the legendary Jay Oliver, man. What's good with it, baby?
What's good? Yeah, happy to be here, man.
Man, we happy to have you, man, and definitely, pick your brain a little bit, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute we've been trying to get you in because we've been watching your movement, man. But for those that don't know, man, go and tell them what it is you do, man, and where you from.
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. My name is Jay Oliver. I'm a producer and I'm an artist. I just make great music or try to make great music, man.
You ain't throwing actor, man. We seen the Chaotic Cabal commercial.
Oh, yeah.
we seen the goddamn commercial.
That's funny because somebody else told me the same thing when I went to go play basketball in the gym. And they was like, yo, you told me you didn't take music serious. And I was like, yeah, I don't take it serious. And he's like, what you mean? I just see you in a commercial. I was like, oh, yeah.
Red, man. Hey, tell me, do cats from Baltimore, do they all feel The Wire is the best show ever created?
I mean, I don't know if we necessarily feel like it's the best show ever created, but it gave our city a lot of respect, a lot of hood credit. But I mean, it's really like that back home. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not nothing like when you live there, you kind of used to it. So you really don't see that until you maybe move from outside for like a few years and then come back and then you're like, oh my God, like it's real. You know what I mean? But when you live there, it's already. That's what it is. But The Wire is an amazing show. And a lot of those actors on The Wire did big things too.
Yeah. Man, let me ask you this, because I was just chopping it up with a young cat from Baltimore today about the DMV area. Mm-hmm. And I know we got a lot of homeboys that's from D.C., and they talk about that go-go shit a lot. And he was like, nah, we don't got go-go. It's just Baltimore club music.
Yeah.
What is y'all seeing down out there?
So we got this thing called Baltimore club music, and it's crazy because
so it really is called that.
Because the Baltimore club music has actually it expanded out to Philly and Jersey, and then they put their little twist on it. And go-go is different. That's DC, but it's go-go is good music. It's live music too. But Baltimore club music is something totally different, and you know what it is when you hear it. Jersey adopted it, and they put their own little twist on it, and Jersey producers plus Baltimore producers were trying to, let the world see what our sound is, and I was able to capture that with a record that I did for Trey Songz and Kevin Hart. That's actually a Baltimore club sound, and that beat and that record. So yeah, it is that we definitely have our own sound, and it's dope.
So did you cook up in front of Kevin Hart, or was it like you?
No, it was more like I was in the studio with a girl. And I told her, I was like, yeah, this is how we do it in my hometown. And I just started making the beat. And I was like, this is kind of dope. I was like, I'm about to write something to this. I'm going to write it about you. I'm going to write this song about you. And I just went to the booth and I just wrote the song. And it came out fire. So I just sent it over to one of Trey Songz' mentors. And he was like, I got to send this to Trey. And I was like, okay, cool. I told him it was my single. But, he sent it over to Trey. And then the next day, Trey sent it back like, yo, I like this. And he hopped on it. You know what I mean? And then after that, they asked me, they said, yo, we should make this for Kevin Hart's movie. And I was like, Kevin Hart's movie? I was like, that'd be dope. You know what I mean? So they let Kevin hear it. Kevin was like, yeah, he wanted to make it a single. So, Kevin went, spit his bars on there, his chocolate dropper, and just jumped on it. And then they said they wanted to shoot a video for it. They really loved it. They was excited. And, that's how that went.
Man, that's crazy, right? Because like everybody that's listening to this, yes, he just did a song with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz and Meek Mill and many other people. Can you run down the list? Because, there's niggas in Dallas that don't probably even realize somebody as super talented as yourself lives out here. So let them know, man, what you done did, man. Put it in their face real quick.
I did records for the first record I ever did in my life, placement-wise, was for Joe Budden. But I did records for Joe Budden. I did records for Kurt Cobain, Trey the Truth, Meek Mill, French Montana, Trina, Lil Wayne, Kevin Gates. Man, I know it's a lot that I miss. Nipsey Hussle, Lil Bibby, Yo Gotti. There's probably more, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
That's an amazing blessing to just run down these. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, and he's in Dallas, man, to run down that kind of list, man. as a curiosity, what got you out to Dallas, man? As far as getting you out to the city, and what are your thoughts on the music of the Dallas industry?
Well, I was living in I was out in Miami with a football player named Brian McKinney, and when I was down in Miami, I met a guy named Radio Raheem.
Oh yeah.
And Radio Raheem, me and him, we hit it off. You know, we
yeah.
clicked, and he told me what he wanted to do. You know, his vision, and you know, he brought me out to Dallas. And when I came out here, I just automatically fell in love with the city. One thing about the city though that I seen was lacking was it was talent out here, but like it really wasn't like at that when I first got out here.
What era was this?
It was like 3 years ago.
Okay, bet.
So when I got out here 3 years ago in 2013, people would always ask me in LA, like, are they still on that dance music? Do they still do that dance stuff? And I was like, nah, there's some talented individuals, and you're going to see, you know, soon, you know, the talent that Dallas has. And, you know, just over the years, it's just been so much talent. Like, as far as artists, they got some of the best producers in the world living in Dallas. Like, you know, Jay White, S1, Cardo, Gumbo, Reezy's out here now. Like, it's just so many producers. Young Star, Marvel Hits. Like, it's so many producers, and then artist wise, you got Yella Beezy, Post Malone from out of here. You know, Trap Boy Freddie making a name. Go Yayo down in Fort Worth. Mo 3. It's just so many. You know what I mean? And the talent is dope out here, you know. So, you know, coming out to Dallas, and it was slower. So me coming from the East Coast, you know, we move fast up there. So it was easy for me to kind of maneuver through, you know what I mean, to make my stamp and my name out here.
Yeah, let me ask you, what is it that you think we need as a whole just to get some artists to that? I guess Post Malone, you could say, then went through the roof. But like, what do you think we need as a whole to just get people over the top?
That's tough to say. Like, I really don't have I usually have the answers for everything. I really don't have the answers for that, because it's like, I hate telling people they have to move to make something happen, but really, like, that's really what you have to do, you know. Because even I'm looking to get out of Dallas. Like, I got to go to somewhere like LA or somebody like ATL, you know, because it's crazy. And even in Baltimore, it was kind of the same thing. And honestly, it really depends on that demographic that you cater to. Post Malone didn't blow up in Dallas. Exactly. He blew up in LA. You know what I mean? So Dero, same thing. He didn't blow up in Dallas. Dero blew up first in San Francisco when DJ Amen started spinning his stuff. Solo Lucci, same thing. He blew up in LA. Like, so it's like, you know, sometimes you have to take your talents elsewhere in order to succeed, and it sucks. But you know, the people don't get it until you blew up.
Plus, that's where you can network with artists that's actually been in the industry. You know, that's actually could teach you something.
Right.
Yeah, so I was out there in LA with Jay White. You know what I'm saying? We was in a session with Tanachi, and I got to see a little bit of how things.
Oh yeah, I work with her too.
Yeah. She's real dope. So I got to see, you know, a little bit of how things work, the top of the line studios and things like that. Man, let people know like how it actually works in the industry. Like like I didn't know like there'll be a writer there. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a singer, like they collab. You know what I'm saying? And
you know, today's game is different.
Yeah.
You know, much respect to Bryson Tiller, because whenever Bryson Tiller's manager will hit you up for beats, or whenever anybody in his camp will hit you up for beats, they'll always tell you, don't send no records.
Right.
Don't send nothing with no pen, nothing like that. He gonna write his own song. You know what I mean? And it's respect in this game nowadays, because it's not like that anymore. Right. So what you have when you go into a studio session, sometimes you'll have what's called a top line, and that's the writer. So you have a top line, you'll have the artist, and you have the producer, and you have the engineer. Sometimes you may have more than one top line. It could be anywhere between 1 to 3 to 4 top lines in the room. But that's usually what you see in the studio session nowadays. I've been blessed enough to be able to write my own records, produce my own records, record my own records. But
you're also a ghostwriter.
Yeah. But, you know, some people can't do that. But, yeah, that's what you'll see in certain sessions.
So let me ask you this. You being a ghostwriter and a writer, you know what I mean? Is it hard sometimes to give away your hits? Knowing that, damn, I could probably do this.
You know, as a fan of the music, it's like when you truly believe in yourself, it's more like, okay, I did it once, I could do it again. Right. You know, but when the song doesn't do what it's supposed to do or what you envisioned it to do, then a year or 2 years later, you'll think back on it and you'll be like, damn, why did I sell this song? You know, damn, why did I give this song to them? Why did I do this? You know what I mean? Because you feel like it could have did something better for you. And I think about it sometimes. Like the songs that I've written and produced for other people, or songs that I wrote for other people, I definitely think to myself, what would have happened if I would have made this my song, you know? But I don't like to put out music as an artist if I know people aren't going to hear it.
There you go. What do you have a passion more for doing? Is it J. Oliver, the artist,
I get
the
that.
producer?
You know, that's a question I get every day in my life.
Actor, the model. I mean,
every day. I get that question every day. So what do you want to do more? What do you want to do more? Do you want to rap or do you want to produce? Like, what do you like more?
I know they ask you that because when you have that many talents and that many hats.
It's hard to say, bro, because honestly, it's like making music is just honestly it caters to the mood, whatever mood I'm in at the moment, you know, and I like to create. But I also like to perform, like that rush on being on stage. Like when I did 2 shows with Chris Brown, you know,
being in front of thousands
thankful for him. Like,
thousands.
When me and Chris, we did 2 shows. We did one in El Paso and we did one in McAllen, Texas. Yeah. And these were arenas, bro. Yeah. You know, and I ain't never. I
seen the gram, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
turned
know,
up.
I never like. It's one of them type of. First of all, when I got on the stage, it just hit me in my chest, like you know what I mean, because it was just thousands and thousands of people in there. But the feeling of performing up there was so exhilarating. It's like you just want to keep doing it. You want to go on tour. You know, you want to do that type of stuff. So like being an artist is like. It's different, but then again, producing, I could sit back and be like, I made that. You know, I could hear it on radio like, yeah, I made him hot. I made that record hot. You know what I mean? So it's hard. But if I had to go with one or the other, I would definitely say production is my favorite thing to do. I like to create stuff for people and for myself.
Do you engineer too? Shit, that is like a full trifecta, bro.
Yeah, I do.
So you getting 100% of the bag.
I mean, you know, if you're not getting, you know, screwed over by different people, pretty much.
You out there in that court too, man. I mean,
because I done been in a couple basketball games. The film, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basketball.
I don't know about that crossover.
Basketball was always my first love. My father, you know, he started off. He's in the Hall of Fame at Siena College, and he's out 6'7". So coming up, you know, basketball was really what I wanted to do, and you know, everybody thought that I was going to be a basketball player. I went to a great school back home. I went to Cardinal Gibbons, which is a private school. I'll give you a rundown of people who was in our league. Rudy Gay, he played at Spalding. Carmelo Anthony played, but he was older, but he played in that same league that I was in. But I couldn't get my grades straight to even play basketball. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just didn't take it serious. But I always did music the same time, like playing basketball. And I didn't just do music just because I didn't know what I was going to do in life. Like I genuinely had a passion to do music.
Right. That's crazy, man. Producing, rapping, ghostwriting, just everything. Like, what would you say? Because I know, just speaking to people on the production tip, it takes a little bit long to get that check. So for a person doing production out here, what would you say, you know, what advice would you give them as far as like trying to get that placement?
You got to keep working, man.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hear hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of no's before you get that yes. And you just got to keep working. You got to be able to make yourself accessible to do all type of music, and you have to be on your business. You got to work with all artists, even if it's locals and independent artists. You just got to work with everybody, bro. It's everybody, and that's how you become successful. Excuse me. And don't quit, and believe in yourself.
Is it possible for a local artist to work with Jay Oliver?
Yeah. This is always possible.
So are
they
pulling up on you, man? Are they hollering at you enough?
So they holler at me, but the thing is, it's like you have to be able to invest in your career. So basically, I'm busy trying to do this, right? So this is what I do, and this is what I tell producers to do too. I give them a ridiculous number to work with me. Because if they can pay that ridiculous number to work with me, then they're serious.
There you go.
If they pay that number, I'm all in.
There you go.
We gonna try our best to come up with the best hit that we possibly can do, because I don't have time for games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, check his resume. I mean,
so if you're dropping a bag, then that means you're very serious about what you do, and that's how I do it. Like even studio time, I be charging people like $100 an hour just to record them in the studio.
Real talk, yeah.
That's not even studio time. Should never be that high, but it's like I don't have time to do that. So if you're gonna pay $100 an hour, then I might as well record you.
What would you tell an artist that's on a budget, trying to make in the game? Like, is there any corners to cut,
bro?
Because even what you're doing,
it takes.
You learn a lot of things yourself.
Bro, the game is so messed up. Like, first of all, it takes a lot of money to make it into this music industry. It takes a lot of money, and then on top of that, a lot of people, CEOs of companies, don't even want to deal with people who don't even have the money to fund themselves. Like, that's the new thing that I'm hearing. But it's like, because the hustlers are coming and the hustlers have the bag and the hustlers are able to do what they do. So when they team up with the CEO,
it's a branded thing now. Yeah,
you know, they're able to, versus the person who's a starving artist who don't really got it but is the most talented person in the world. You know, so the game's messed up. But like I said, timing is everything. Everybody has time for what they want to do or what they need to do. So if you want to play in this game, you're gonna have to pay for that time that you're taking from that person.
Real talk, man. Tell us about Never Satisfied and what that means to you.
Well, Never Satisfied was my family, you know. I came in with radio, you know, he helped me, he put me out there. You know, and Ian Brown, you know, rest in peace to E. He was there for me, and you know, I had a lot of great moments with Never Satisfied. You know, it did a lot to boost my career, but I am no longer with Never Satisfied. So it really, I mean, you know, I always have a place for them in my heart, but you know, people outgrow each other, you know, and certain people have a different mindset and things. You know what I mean? Like, some CEOs of companies want to be like Diddy, you know, and when you want to be Diddy, you know, you it's certain things that you have to do to be Diddy, not just the image and the glamour and all of that stuff. You really got to put in that work, you know. So you can't be Diddy and then have artists and you're not putting into that artist, you know what I mean? So it's no love lost, but you know, Never Satisfied isn't me anymore. You know, I'm Jay Oliver, and I'm moving on past Never Satisfied. I've outgrown that situation.
Real talk. You've met so many people that, you know, some of these artists will only dream to kind of be in the room with. Have you ever gotten starstruck, or would you ever get starstruck meeting a certain artist?
There's only 2 artists that I would get starstruck for. Everybody else, when I get in the room with artists, they're like regular people to me. But there's 2 artists that if I ever meet,
drop those
that
2
I probably will, and that's Kanye and Eminem. Like, if I get in the room with, you know, one of them 2, it'd be like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to, you know, mess up, but I would want to show them. I would want to go in.
Be all the way on point.
Yeah, I'd be on point.
Has the Instagram thought ever caught you slipping with the with the picture in the bed?
No, hell no.
No, not get caught.
I just don't see how that happens. I mean, for one, if I'm messing with a chick and I'm in another state, a lot of times we tell them put their cell phones up, like they're gonna have to put them in a drawer, stuff like that, and I'm not gonna. And they don't sleep over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
What if she got the GoPro or something?
I don't know how she getting
the drone outside in the window, man.
I don't know how they doing that, but I mean, like I said, you know, the last encounters I ever had with any thoughts, or as you know, as you call them, you know, their cell phones had to go in the drawer, man. We don't play those games. I don't know how these dudes keep getting caught slipping like that. Like, if anything, a girl could be like, he DM me, but that's about it. And it ain't getting no pics and none of that stuff, so I can't get caught like that. But I do have friends, I'm not going to say any names, but I have friends who've been getting extorted, you know, sending out these pics and stuff like that. And it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
How would you handle, because this happened to one of our partners, how would you handle, I don't know if you ever messed with a girl that did music, but how would you handle if a girl just went in on you on some music shit, like put it in a song? Like, would you just come back and be like a R&B diss track?
Honestly, it depends. It depends who that person is, and
this is your girl, like, you know what I'm saying?
If my girl went in on me,
like your ex-girl,
my ex-girl,
yeah, like on some singing shit and made a whole single.
She gets ignored.
Oh, okay.
I'm not paying no attention to that. Like, that's.
Would you rap beef for somebody?
That
because you rap too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's run it down. So you rap saying you like 6'5", play basketball. Do you ever feel like God just blessed me like with a lot of attributes? Like, man, I mean, I got to take full advantage.
Man, this has been a lot of hard work. I mean, these attributes ain't come overnight.
Hey. He's an engineer.
Yeah, these attributes definitely didn't came from a lot of hard work and a lot of people a lot of people really being hard on me, like Diddy and Los and all of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. I don't know if this is true, but somebody told me a long time before I ever met you that you was King Los's cousin or something.
nah, it's like big bro. So
Okay.
I'm basically, me and Los are both from Baltimore.
Okay,
So
gotcha. What happened to this nigga? Was like the next.
So when see, coming up in Baltimore, we used to listen to Los. Like Los was like the hottest in the city, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then he did Making the Band, but he told Diddy he wasn't doing Making the Band because he
Oh,
said
he
he
was on
wasn't
Making the
being
Band?
He didn't do it.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
told
but
him that he wasn't gonna be
season
in Making
two?
the Band. No, season 1. He told Diddy he wasn't doing it because he said he better than everybody on the show, so he just dropped off before it even aired. And then Diddy was like, nah, you special. I'll just keep you over here. You know what I mean? So Diddy ended up signing him to Bad Boy, and then I don't really know the story of what happened. What I heard was like a lot of people that was funding Los was like all, hustlers and stuff. They all ended up going to jail. So like Los kind of lost his deal a little bit. I don't know. But when I was performing, I had a show at Morgan State University and Los was in the crowd. And then after I finished performing, Los came up to me and was like, you're very talented. I want to work with you, said in the third. And I was like, Dad, this is a legend telling me this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then we was just in my dorm room, bro, every day just knocking out records. And I was that producer for Los,
Yeah.
and he's always, everywhere I've gone, he's taking me with him. Even to Diddy's house, he brought me to Diddy's house, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But, one thing about Los, Los he's definitely, to me, I tell him this all the time. He's one of the top 3 rappers in the world.
Bro, he had
Top 3 rappers,
He
but
was
top 3
fire,
rappers
bro.
does not mean top 3 artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a difference, and that's really been the line, bro, is we trying to cross is by trying to make him into, that complete artist. But sometimes, once again, people outgrow each other, people bump heads with each other. But one thing about Los that I will never take from him is if there was no Los, there would be no J. Oliver. There would be no me. Without him, I wouldn't be nowhere, because Los is the reason why I was on French's album. Los is the reason why I was on Meek Mill's stuff. Like Los is the reason why I even exist in this music industry, regardless on whatever our problems are, whatever. And Los made me as a person, because if it wasn't for him being as hard as he was on me, like some of the stuff that he say to me, you say to somebody else, they're gonna break that person. Like this man used to tell me that Mike will always be better than me. I'll never be shit. My music is not creative anymore. Like he used to break me down, but it never broke me to where I'd be like, all right, I ain't, you know what I mean? Like it just made me stronger. One morning, I remember 3:00 in the morning, I was doing a record for Los. It was Los, French Montana, and T-Pain. Los called me at 3 in the morning. He said, yo, little bro, what you doing? I said, I'm asleep. What's up? Because he was over in L.A. He like, yo, you got to get up. He's like, I need you to do something for me, yo. It's kind of serious. And I'm like, what's serious, Los? I'm asleep. Then Diddy get on the phone. He said, yo, Jay, yo, them drums in that song, yeah, I don't know, man. That shit ain't right, yo. He's like, you going to have to fix that. If you don't want to fix it, I'm going to go get Mike Will to do it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like stuff, like it was stuff like that
Damn, bro.
that really, made me who I am. So that's why I say without Los, that's why he will always be Big Bro. I will always respect Big Bro. He the first person to bring me on tour with him. I was performing on tour with him. Like Los was that dude for me. Like you know how people say somebody made somebody.
Right.
Nobody made me but him. Anybody else who could say they made me, but they ain't nobody make me but Los. So that's why that'll always be Big Bro.
And that brings another question. Like, there's people that can rap their ass off but can't make a hit. I don't get that, bro. Like, how does that happen?
What do you mean?
Like,
How do you not
you
get
can
that?
rap.
Yeah.
Like, you got bars, but you
It's
can't
not-
make a
it's-
commercial hit.
It's a lot of people like that, bro.
Yeah, why is that?
It's a lot
Why
of
do you
people like
think
that. I
that?
mean, why can some people make beats but can't rap on their beats? You know what I mean? Why can some people be artists but can't write a song? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just everybody is not necessarily there. They can't do it, And one thing about Los, like I said, I love him to death. He will not take a record, bro. Like he won't sell himself short, I guess, if you want to call it.
So,
Like
I feel him though.
For instance, Beautiful Girl from Bruno Mars. Beautiful girl.
Don't tell me he
all
had
over
that.
No, he didn't have that. But somebody else had that. Lupe Fiasco had that. But he turned it down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of times Los can get records and will get records and he'll just turn it down. All you got to do is get a song with a crazy hook on it, let him put his verses on it, you're going to blow up.
You're going to blow. Facts.
He won't do it.
Facts.
He came out with an album called, I think it was God, oh man, what was it called? Love, Money, War, something like the God, Money, War album. If he'd have dropped that album while having a single first, that album would have did crazy. If Kanye would have did that album, y'all all would have been praising Kanye. Y'all would have been like, Kanye, this is amazing, this is great. But because it was Los, and nobody really knows who Los is because he doesn't have a single,
right?
Nobody pays attention to it. The only song Los did commercially that was a single, was on the radio, wasn't his song. It was Ocho Cinco. And he wrote that. You know what I'm saying? So, and he also had the best verse on it too.
Yeah, I heard he wrote a lot of stuff for Diddy too. So,
oh well, yeah, and
so
that
I'm sure
too.
he getting the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I'm sure he getting some kind of a bag. Golly. So how does somebody get in the ghostwriting game? Like, I'll give you an example. When I heard Quentin Miller wrote for Drake, I was like, how did they find, like, who to listen to him and was like, bro, you got something?
I mean,
you know what
it's
I'm saying?
it's like if you listen to, it's all right. For instance, like I'm a producer, I could hear a structure of a beat. If a producer comes and is unpolished, I could hear a structure in that beat, and I could be like, yo, send me the session to that. I'm gonna tweak this here and I'm gonna tweak this there. You're gonna be the co-producer on it, but just send it to me and I'm gonna make it bigger. And I've done that before, so it's the same thing. So if you're a rapper and you come in the studio and you hear another rapper and you know that the stuff is good, but you know that if you did it, it would be better. It's like one of them
he just
type
don't
of things.
sound right. But
Now, rapping somebody's verses is kind of different. Like, I don't know. Like, you can't really... Drake, for one, like, just get this straight. Drake is one of my favorite artists in the world.
Real tough.
When I heard 10 Bands, the reference that Quentin Miller did, it crushed me, bro.
Now, when you say it crushes you...
It crushed me.
When you say it crushes you, but that's been going on. Like if you have a movie coming out and it's a specific topic and you're a major artist, let's say like Eminem for A Mile. You know, of course, he didn't write that. He has help writing that, but... You know, someone's writing that for you, so it's not really
writing the movie.
Not writing the movie, but the song for Eminem.
Lose Yourself.
Was
it Lose Yourself?
Yes. So it has 3 writers. Eminem wasn't the main writer on that.
I guarantee you, nobody wrote Eminem's verses.
Right. Bro, you talking about a reference? We're talking about that's the shit that the R&B singers get, bro.
Bro, did you hear the Quentin Miller reference to 10 Bands?
It was exact.
It was the whole song.
It was exact.
No, but it was more than one.
It was more than,
track.
but 10 Bands was the greatest song to me that summer. 10 Bands was 10 Bands,
but
50 Bands.
But that's my point.
It was different. You know what I mean?
How did Quentin? Because Quentin Miller, obviously, when you hear it, it made me respect Quentin Miller to the point I started listening to Quentin Miller shit, just on some weird shit. But how did a nigga listen to Quentin Miller and go, man, you got something, nigga, I'm gonna let you write for Drake? Like this.
You gotta listen to. See, this is the thing. When you know music, you have to listen to the cadence.
And
the lyrics in a song.
Yeah.
If you hear that 10 Band song, Quentin Miller is talking that shit. And the way that he's saying it, nobody else is saying it like that. I'm in the phone with the phone off. Who was doing that before him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then Drake comes along. He's like, yo, that's hot. You feel what I'm saying? And he does that now. I mean,
did it make you lose respect for
It's what people call culture vultures. I mean, when you listen to Travis Scott, who he sound like? Who does Travis Scott sound? He sounds like Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye West. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, Kanye West sound like Travis Scott because Travis Scott started doing that first. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like bigger artists come and they hear these younger artists and it's like, yo, you my new protege. I'm gonna take you under my wing now. And you my son. Quentin Miller should have never came out and said that he did that for Drake. You know what I mean? I can't really. Nobody's stopping my bag. If I'm writing for somebody, you'll never know that I'm writing for somebody because I'm not gonna do that. For one, I got too much respect for a person that's helped me get this far in my career to even do that. But I mean, it did hurt. It hurt me, bro. Like it crushed me. Like, and even now, people are trying to say you can't say Drake is top this because he had a ghostwriter. And yeah, but then Back to Back came out and it was crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And he wrote that. So now what? What now? What can you say now? You know what I mean?
Drake. What happened with that is it made artists actually look at writers now. You know,
right? And it did do that.
Yeah. Now you open up the city book.
It opened
definitely values it.
It opened the door, and that, and then you said, and that goes back to your question when you asked me, how do you get in as a ghostwriter? And this is what I tell people all the time. As an artist, if you really want to get in the game, your pen is everything. So if you're penning something and you place that song and that song goes big, then you can go ahead and do your artist thing. Solo Lucci, he wrote Risk for Chris Brown. You feel what I'm saying? And he stayed on that record. I haven't met Solo Lucci yet, but I know he did write Risk, and it was a dope, hot ass record, and it got him on because he wrote that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if you write a song, people be like, "Yo." And the crazy thing is nowadays, the writer is more valuable than the producer, which is it's crazy, but it's the truth. 95% of the writers out here are garbage. So you got that 5% that are actually dope.
Do you feel like out of all of them, the engineer is the most important now with the way rap has gone, like as of now?
I used to say it's crazy because I respect the engineer. The engineering is very important. So I want to say that the writer is the most important, and then the engineer, and then the producer. But it's weird because the producer is the one that comes with the beat.
The sound, yeah.
But at the same time, the engineer is transforming the hell out of that beat because he's mixing it, he's cutting it up, he's doing all of that. And then the writer is putting the lyrics on it, which, of course, is the song. It's what people hear. So that's the most important thing in the song. Right. People want writers more than they do producers because producers are so saturated, but everybody ain't smart enough to pick up that pen. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's the boundary and that's the line. And that's why I do it all. And I wasn't the strongest writer. I went to APG Publishing one time. A dude, president of the company at the time, his name was Ben Matty. He said to me, well, Jay, I mean, we could offer you a deal, maybe $30,000. I mean, because we got 10 other producers that's just like you and your writing, it isn't that good, but I mean, you can get better. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like he straight said, he broke it to me like that.
Yeah.
You know, within 2 weeks, I did a track for Meek Mill. I wrote the hook and I made the beat for it. And me writing the hook for Meek Mill is not ghostwriting. Meek Mill writes his own stuff. I don't write for Meek Mill. You feel what I'm saying? But when I did that, APG was blowing up my phone. Yo, Jay, that track was dope. You know, I wanted to send that to Kanye. You told me you wasn't selling it. Yeah, I wasn't, but now I am, nigga. Yeah, I'm selling that record now. You know what I mean? And it got me better as a writer because he told me that, but then I went to Warner, and Warner was calling my management like, yo, Jay should stop producing and just start writing, bro, because his writing is crazy. So it's like, it's one of them things, bro. Like, songwriting is the biggest thing, but when you could do both, I wrote and produced the whole song to, well, not the whole, but maybe 85% of the Push It On Me song with Kevin Hart and Trey Songz. I wrote and produced that. You know what I mean? So, and then Trey came in and Trey tried to show me up with that second verse he wrote, which was crazy. So, you know, it's a collective thing, bro. Like, you know, you work together, but, you know, when you can show some type of value to yourself, like, yo, I can help you write this, and it's cool, bro. Like, it takes more than one head to make a song, bro.
Is there, like, some secret writer society where y'all, you know, like, y'all have... Because, you know, it's crazy. Like, again, I was in a couple sessions with Jay White, and it was Warner Brothers that linked them up, and it was, like, two different writers, right? And I'm like, I've never seen them from Adam, right? But they're good, like... They're like, damn, why don't y'all have a record deal? You feel me? So I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like, damn, like, it was just weird to me, like, damn, y'all are really good, but I've never even heard of y'all. Like, y'all not on the internet saying, hey, I wrote this for this person.
You're not supposed to.
Right, but isn't it bittersweet though? Like, damn, like for instance, you got a #1 song on the Billboard and you can't tell nobody shit. Like, you got.
Carrie Hilson wrote for Sierra way before, you know, Carrie Hilson was Carrie Hilson.
And they was getting that #1 hit on the Billboard money. So what is there to say? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
don't stop the bag.
But in the
yeah, I mean,
but in the industry, nigga, they know who's doing what though, right?
You said
like I'm saying, but the industry knows what's going on. So that's all.
Yeah. You know who Prince Charles is?
I personally know.
You don't know who Prince Charles is? Prince Charles is one of the best writers in the game, but you don't know who he is. He writes for Beyonce. He wrote "Needed Me" for Rihanna. Oh wow. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's dope. You know who T. Coles is? You don't know who T. Coles is, but he's one of the best writers in the game. He wrote "Turn Up the Music" for Chris Brown. See, you know what I mean? But it's not.
But don't stop the bag, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's not necessarily our secret society. We all know each other, and we're all cool with each other. It's like one of them things that once you're in, then you're in. You feel what I'm saying? But nobody's losing sleep off of that because, I mean, you do have the ones that want to be famous and want to be out there, but at the end of the day, what are you doing this for? If you ain't working a 9 to 5, what are you doing this for?
It's just for the resume.
What? To take care of your family. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as you can take care of your family, it don't matter who know who I am. If I got 75,000 in my bank account, 100,000 in my bank account, you know, I can take care of my family with that. You know what I mean? So I'm not really,
and your resume looking right, so you can work. You know, because I don't know any screenwriters.
Tripping off of, a lot of people don't know who S1 is,
bro. Oh God, bro! I ask people, I be like, y'all don't know who S1.
A lot of people don't know who S1 is, bro. But everybody in the music industry knows. You can go to any record label, I bet you they know who S1 is. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
I be feeling like that's disrespectful, damn near. Like, y'all should know that, like, bro. That's Dallas.
But bro, you gotta understand, S1 is not an artist, bro. He's not. You know, Timbaland, he was dancing in people's videos. Pharrell, Neptunes, he was dancing in people's videos. Swiss Beats, he was dancing in people's videos.
Swiss Beats on niggas hooks. Showtime.
That too. You know what I mean? So, you know, some producers do that, but they're all legends too, so they can do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Mike Will, I would say, has come in and changed the game as far as, and Mike Will, Mustard, these DJs and also these producers coming in, putting albums out under their banner. You know, as far as making.
That's the new thing. To be a
that's the new
producer
thing.
and to put
Have
out.
you thought of doing that yourself?
You have to have the relationships with the artists in order to do
Yeah.
that. I'm not at a position to do that yet in my career. When you look at these artists that are doing it, Metro Boomin, he's putting out an album if he hasn't already. No, he's working. He's got signed to Universal Republic, so Metro Boomin he's doing it. DJ Mustard, he did it because DJ Mustard ran a whole year. Mike Will's doing it, and now London on the Track is doing it. But all of them are big producers who came in with big. London came in with Thug.
Yeah.
Boomin came in with Future.
Yeah.
Mustard came in with Tiger. Mike Will came in with he came in with a lot of people.
Yeah,
you know
he came
what
with
I
a
mean?
lot of Gucci. He
So
came with a lot of
they had all those relationships to be able to do that, and that is why they're able to come out with these albums.
Definitely, man. As far as social media, man, for the artists that want to get at you, man, just get in contact with you, just to do work with you, man. How can they get at you, man?
They can get at me at IamJOliver410. That's my Instagram. IamJayOliver 410.
And we get 50 racks for that beat.
50 racks. Get shoe high and then we work. You know what I'm saying? You got any shout outs you want to give, Jay?
Shout out to God and rest in peace to my moms, man. You know, that's why I'm going strong, man. That's all you can do.
Like I said, man, a legendary artist in here, man, with a legendary interview, man. Jay Oliver, definitely you are a real life street star, man. We salute your work, man. Definitely keep grinding.
Most definitely.
Let's get it.
Appreciate it.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.